Right, sir. Recording has been started. So let's start the today's session. So today we are going to cover this topic, network load balancer. We are going to cover the network load balancer. In AWS we have a total 4 types of load balancers we have. The first type of load balancer, classic load balancer, and the second type is application. The third type is network load balancer, and one more type is gateway load balancer. These are the 4 types of load balancers which AWS is providing us. Now let's understand about this network load balancer. Sir, now assume that I have 2 instances here. Okay, 2 instances I have created. So my applications are getting hosted on this first machine as well as the second machine. Application here and here also. On the first machine also my application is there, and on the second machine also my application is there. On 2 machines I have deployed my web application. Okay, now in front of these instances, what do we have? We have a load balancer. By using this load balancer, we are able to access these applications, right? We are able to access this application by using NLB. Now the end users will come first to this NLB, and this NLB, what it will do? It will forward the request to these instances, right? So previously we have discussed about the classic load balancer, right? It's a normal load balancer, just it routes the traffic. It means it balances the load. Based on the load, it is distributing the traffic between the instances. And we have discussed about the, right, let me write down here what classic will do. Right, it distributes the traffic based on the load. So it distributes traffic equally. Okay, it will distributes the traffic equally to the instances based on the load that is coming from the end user. End users. Okay, end users. This is nothing but the classic load balancer. Now coming to the application load balancer. In the application load balancer, what did we perform? In the application load balancer, we have performed path-based routing, right? We have performed here. I have explained you clearly about the path-based routing. Anyone for the first time watching this video means, please watch my previous video. In that video, I have explained about this application load balancer in detail, right? Next, now let's move to the network load balancer. What is the difference between the network load balancer, classic load balancer, and application load balancer? So this thing you need to understand. See, classic load balancer, as I told you, now it is deprecated. Now not majorly used this load balancer. No one is using this load balancer that much. So it is a deprecated load balancer. When we talk about the application load balancer, It mean the primary focus related to this application is web applications. Okay, so by using this, we can use this load balancer for the web application. But network load balancer, when you require better performance, okay, so at that point, majorly this network load balancer will be used for mobile application. Comparative to application load balancer, this network load balancer will give you better performance, and high throughput. Okay, low latency will be there. Okay, so sometimes the clients will ask for the custom port numbers, custom port mapping. Okay, sometimes clients will ask custom port mapping. It means that now see here, already we have a same application on the first machine and the second machine. Now for suppose, but by default this application can be accessed by using 80 port. 80 port will be enabled. It means that we are enabling HTTP port, right? But sometimes what the clients will do, they will ask one more port also by using, if anyone using that port also, by using that port also this application should work. That is the requirement from the client. Okay, so in such a case we go for the network load balancer. Okay, by using this network load balancer we can assign custom port mapping also, right? So today we will do practically on this network load balancer, right? So practical implementation we will see now. So once I read here, when you see the overview of this network load balancer, you can see here NLB is a high performance load balancer. What it will do, as you all know, like all the load balancer, it will also distribute the incoming traffic to multiple targets. Targets are nothing but here the instances, and but it will do based on the port numbers. Okay, it will forward the request. It is designed to handle large scale traffic efficiently, capable of managing millions of requests per every second. The ability to maintain low latency will be very low. It means the distance, and provide a static IP address makes it ideal for the use cases that demand high performance and reliability. So in this demo, what we are going to do means we are going to create the first EC2 machine. Okay, first EC2 machine, and there we will enable this port, HTTP port, and we will create one more instance also. But in the another instance we will enable HTTP, and one more port also we will enable, that is nothing but the custom TCP. So let's go to the console area. Here I am going to services. Under the compute we have an option called EC2. Click on EC2, and I am in the region called Sydney region. Okay, first we need to select a region also, right? So this region is nothing but the Sydney region. So right now we are in the Sydney region. Okay, now after this what we need to do, go to the launch instance, and I am going to create my first instance. Just I am naming the instance as NLB-1, just some meaningful name. Scroll down, and the operating system by default it is in Amazon Linux, so let's go with that. And scroll down, instance type is free tier eligibility is there. Next click on create. Let's create one key pair. For this, click on create key pair. Next move forward to the network settings, click on edit here. Use security group name and the description I am mentioning here. So already by default one port was enabled, SSH. Adding one more port also, that is nothing but the HTTP. And anywhere, that's it. I'm not going to do any other configurations here. Just I'm going to click on launch instance. So I have successfully created my first mission. scroll down, click on view all instances. Now you can see here the first NLB instance is in running state. In the same way, we need to create one more instance. Okay. Now what I will do means I will connect to this first instance. Click on EC2 instance. Just I am directly taking the connectivity through the console. So in your case, you can use different types of softwares, Putty, Mobaxtrum, or else Git, whatever you want to connect. Okay. So now I am going to switch from non-root user to root user. Right, I am in the root user now. Now what I will do, I am going to install one web package, web server, nothing but DNF install httpd -y. Right, now we will get this path cd/www/html. Go to this location and I am going to write here some message. Welcome to AWS training program. Okay, and I am saving this as in the index.html as a file. Now after that, service httpd start, and after that chk config httpd on. Check configurations. Now let's copy the public IP of the first instance and check whether it is working or not properly. Now paste it here and now press enter. See, you can see a message called welcome to AWS training program. Now in the same way, sir, we need to create one more instance. Click on launch instance. So we have completed creating this first instance, right? We have completed creating this first instance. Next, we need to focus on the creation of the second machine. So go here and I am giving the name as NLB-2. Observe carefully, sir. Here I will assign one more port also. See here, we need to choose a AMI, right? Amazon Linux. And the instance type, key pair we need to creating key pair NLB-2. Next, scroll down. You can see here another option called network settings. Here also I am giving the security group name and I am giving the description. And next, what we need to do here, we need to enable one more port, that is nothing but the HTTP. To access the web application, we require HTTP port, and adding one more port also, that is nothing but the custom port. This time I am adding custom TCP, and the source type is also custom, and port number I am giving as 8080. Okay, so see here, they create a second Linux EC2 machine. Repeat the steps in the first machine as it is, and enable both HTTP as well as the custom TCP types. For custom TCP, set port range as 8080, and here source type should be anywhere, and scroll down, click on launch instance. Only one port we have enabled. Now scroll down, click on view all instances. So now once do refresh here, you can see here both my instances are in running state. Now let's connect to the second machine. Directly from the console I am taking this. Now it's establishing connection to the second machine. Let's wait for it. So here what we need to do, just pass the command dnf install httpd -y. Here also we need to run this command with the high privilege. So it is getting installed. Just move to this path where www//html. Go to this location. Again, here also I'm writing one message. Welcome to AWS training program second mission. Just I am adding one more two words here. Just I want to confirm this as a second mission. Now I am going to save this as index.html. Okay, we need to use sudo here. Just pass the command sudo and run it. Okay. Before that, I think we need to go to. I'm going to switch from non-root user to root user. Now again, I will run this command. cd/var www.html. Now I am in this location. Just I'm passing this command again. Now it will work, right? Service httpd start, and after that chk config httpd on. Right, now let's check, and now let's copy the second mission public IP. Take the second mission public IP and check whether this application is working or not. Right, sir. Second mission also working perfectly. Now we need to do some settings in this second mission. So what we need to do means we need to go navigate to this location. Okay, go to this location. So configuration file, this is httpd configuration file, and after that we need to, by default actually this in this config file it will listen to the port called 80, and now we need to change. Okay, by default it will listen to a port number 80. Now we need to change it to 8080. Okay, by default it will be here. Okay, so we need to change it to 8080. So we need to go to this location now. Let's copy this location. Now go to the second mission. This is the second mission, right? No, this is, I think, right? This is the second mission, NLB2, and I am going to that location. So I am in that location. Just type ls here. So you can see one configuration file is available here. So go to that location. I'm just giving nano here. I'm using nano editor, and after that I'm passing this file name and go. Now just scroll down. Just scroll down. See, it is listening to port 80. So change it to 8080. Now I am going to save this. Control O, press enter. Application this file saved, and come out from that file. Okay. Now next thing, once you're done with the changes means just restart it. Okay, restart the server. The Apache server we need to restart. Service httpd restart. Okay. Now if I go here, if I do refresh, now see this application will not open. See, it is loading. It is in loading state. By using this port number 80, we cannot access this application. Okay. See, we got the error message also. Because why? Because we have changed this port number 80 to 8080. By using this port number 8080, this application is getting open. But we must able to access this application with the help of load balancer, right? So what we need to do means, next step, we need to create the target group. So step 1, step 2 completed. Now let's focus on the creating target group. So right now let's go to instances, scroll down here, you find a option under the load balancing. You have an option called target groups. Select the target group, click on create target group. Based on the target type as instance, choose here and give the name as NLB hyphen, okay, NLB hyphen target hyphen 1. For the first one, I am giving first mission target. I am setting, and here I am choosing TCP, and port number is 80. Scroll down. If you want to do any modifications here also you can do. Advanced health checks if you want to modify. Click on next. Select first mission as target. Include as pending below. The same steps which we have done in the when I am explaining you the application load balancer. These all steps I have performed now. So same steps here also. Click on create target group. One more target group also we need to create. So click on target groups again. Click on create target group based on the instances. Here this time NLB-target-2. For the second mission I am setting up the target now. Select the protocol as TCP. Now change port number 80 to 8080 and click on next. Select this second mission as target. Include as pending below. Click on create target group. So we have successfully created the target groups for both the missions. Next thing, create the network load balancer, right? So go here and here you can see under the load balancing we have an option called load balancers. Just click on this. Click on create load balancer. Select your load balancer. In our case it is network load balancer. You can read about this network load balancer also. I recommend everyone always it's better to read the AWS documentation. Okay. So click on create. Now we are going to create NLB load balancer. NLB load balancer. I am giving the name as schema should be internet facing, correct. Scroll down. Availability zones. Select all the availability zones. And the security group. And scroll down. Here we need to forward the this port 80 port to the first mission and adding one more listener. Here I am giving it to 8080 and I am forwarding this to target 2 and scroll down, click on create load balancer. So it is in process. Go to load balancer now. The state is in provisioning state. And select the listeners now. Scroll down. So it will take some time. So you can see here it is listening to 80 as well as 8080, the second mission. Select this first mission. Click on add listener. Already we have added the listeners. No worries about that. So let's wait for the status. It should be active. It should show us the active state. So let's wait for it. You can see the resource map also here. So both are in healthy state only. Load balancer. So this network load balancer majorly used in the mobile application purpose, right? So both the missions are in the healthy state only. And mission is 8080. First mission is using 80 port number. So it will take some time. That's no worry about that. So default VPC, and we can monitor packet flow also here. I have made. Okay, so let's verify more time. Let's go to the second machine. Now let me check cat. Let me read the file once. http://config this file. Let me see, check whether the have done the we have given here the custom port number or not. So which port it is listening to, that is important for us. Here, yeah, it is listening to 8080 only. We have changed this port number manually, right? So it should work. It will take some time to get the result, but 80 port will work anyways. 8080 80 is working. Oh, 8080, it should work with 8080 also. Okay, in this way we can configure, we can give the custom port number to the clients also related to this our applications. So we can manage our applications based upon the this custom port number. Okay, so now let's move to the loop, move forward. In the meanwhile, it will get loaded. Now next topic is about the launch templates. Okay, next topic is about the launch template. So what is launch template in the AWS? Now let's understand about this launch template option. So see here, a launch template in AWS is like a pre-filled form that contains all the settings required to start an EC2 instance. For suppose we are creating the instances, right? We are creating the instances. So what if you want to create a 50 instances with the same configuration? Okay, what if you want to create 50 instances? What if you want to create 100 instances? What if you want to create 1000 instances at a time? So by using this launch template option, we can create a template. It means that we can give all the configurations and we can create a template. By using that template, we can modify also at the time of instance launching, or else by the same template we can create n number of instances that we require. Okay, so see here, that's what it is written here. It is like a pre-filled form that contains all settings required to start EC2 instance. Instead of entering the details every time, so we can pre-configure it. So no need to enter always the details, manual process. So you can directly launch the instance by using the template. So you can save the configuration in the launch template and reuse it whenever needed. It also helps in keeping your instances consistent and saves the time also. Okay, for more detailed information, I have provided some links also here. It's better always to read the AWS documentation about the services which are there in the AWS. So let me show you the demo of this also. Let's go to the AWS. Let me check one more time. Okay, now go to AWS. Here you find the option called launch template. See, under the instances there is an option called launch templates. So click on create launch template. Now let's create one template. So I am naming it as personal template. So I am naming it as personal template, and I am providing some description also here. And we can choose AMI that we require. So here I am selecting Ubuntu. You can choose any AMI. I am going with the Ubuntu AMI, and here instance type also you can select. I am going with T2 micro because free tier eligibility is there. Key pair, if you want to create, you can create a key pair also, or else later on also you can create the key pair and attach with this instance. and create security group for this. Okay, so in this way we can do whatever the requirements that we want, we can do here. So by default root volume we are getting 2 GB, 8 GB, and all these things we can uh, right, we can put these details in the launch templates before only, and after that click on create template. So it will not deploy any instance, but template will get created. Now if you click on view launch template, you can see our template is getting ready. So template is ready. By using this template, now if I go to actions here, I can directly launch instance from by using this template. So click on launch instance. See, it will ask you to, it is our template was selected now, right? So it is asking you if you want to, at the time of deploying, you if you want to do any modifications at this point also, you can do any modifications. Okay, and number of instances if you want. For example, I want to launch 5 instances by using this template. So just I'm giving the number as 5 and just click on launch instance. Automatically what happens, these 5 instances will get launched. Now if I go to instances, now you can see here how many instances are getting deployed. See, 5 instances are getting deployed. So in this way we can use the instance. Let me putting in running state. See, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this template option will help you to create n number of instances at a time. So that is the main advantage of this launch template. So very useful it is, right? So we can, everything we can pre-configure, right? After that also, if you want to do any modifications, yes, we can do. So after the practice, you can terminate everything. And one more thing also, how many launch templates can you create per region? By default, AWS allows you to create up to 5,000 launch templates per region. Each launch template can have up to 10,000 versions. If you need more than this limit, yes, you can increase the quota also. By if you go to AWS service quota to the support, you need to send them the mail. I want to increase the quota limitation. So obviously they're going to provide you that also. Okay. So this is all about the template option which we have in the AWS.